gosh. Welcome to the Friday Matinee on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm George.
You are George.
Oh, yes. Ha ha.
Aha, I did the same mistake you
both
made.
So in trouble.
Wait, where are we again?
Welcome to, well, I think people wanted to hear Frank Sinatra the rest
I love
of that
that.
bit. Welcome to the Friday Matinee on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm George.
I am T, and
go.
sometimes those buttons just like monkey with you.
I tell you. So we had Bullshot Crummond,
yes.
the cast of, but there's a show running concurrently with Bullshot Crummond during the matinees, Saturday and Sundays, with the exception of one Friday evening performance, if I'm not mistaken, and one Sunday evening performance, if I'm not mistaken. And
you should know because it's on your calendar because you have to be there.
I do have to be there.
It's exciting. Exactly. What show is that, George?
It says Peter Pan, the British musical.
Yay.
Make sure we add that.
Canyon Theater Guild.
Yeah. That's right. And here with us, am I supposed to do this? I thought I was a guest. I'm like, when did we put this camera in? Has this always been on? Hi there. Hi. I'm never on this side.
Yeah, no. I'm on.
So, okay, I'll introduce.
Yes,
Fine.
please do.
So we have my arch enemy playing Peter Pan, Taylor Bass.
Hello.
Welcome to the Friday Matinee.
Hi.
And the most awesome choreographer ever, Erin Chalakian. Welcome back to the Friday Matinee.
Thank you.
And I say this because, well, fortunately for me, this is what I like about her, is she's just kind of gone, do whatever you want up there. She made everybody else work very, very hard, but it's like, I think she either knows my dancing prowess. I have to say, those are my
favorite choreographers.
Knows my dancing prowess, or is just figured might as well quit while you're ahead.
Pretty much both.
A little from column A, a little from column B. I'll tell you, though, that having not worked with anybody on the production team, as a matter of fact, the only person I've ever worked with before was Aiden Johnson, who plays John, one of the Darling Boys, when he was 8. Now he's 14. Other than that, this is everybody else brand spanking new to me. Yeah. So I didn't really know what to expect, and it's been a wonderful thing.
Well, and for Pan, I said to you earlier, I know you did another show. You were part at CTG. How many have you participated in now?
In the past year, I've choreographed 5 shows.
All right. And any other capacity with the theater there?
Elaborate.
Well, I mean, have you, besides choreography, have you done anything else with the theater?
Have you acted or been backstage or sold popcorn? We don't sell popcorn.
Yes, specifically at CTG, I have been on the stage quite a few times. And then from being on the stage, they realized that I could do more. So they asked me to choreograph. And then that brought me to, I choreographed for The Rep. I choreographed Jesus Christ Superstar. And now I work as a stagehand at the Performing Arts Center at COC.
Now, is this your love? Is this just everything you live for, breathe?
Yes,
I mean,
actually.
What she really wants to do is be a gardener.
Yes. I'm a theater arts major. So this is the end all be all, or however you say that.
And now that you've done all the different levels, that's choreography is the thing you love the most?
No, that sounds really bad because I know I'm choreographing a show right now. Acting is my absolute top thing, but I do really enjoy choreography. I think I've gotten to the point where I've tried it and I loved it, and I think I need a break because I did so many shows in 1 year.
But that's why you bring such a great extra level to what you do, because you know the other aspects. Because I've been on the other side, and you appreciate it. And then let me ask Taylor, for as Pan, was this a role you always wanted to do? Did it? How did
actually, it's kind of funny because I wasn't actually going to audition for the show because I just wasn't prepared. I didn't really feel like I should. I don't know. I don't know.
She texted me the night before she was going to audition. She was like, I don't think I'm gonna anymore.
And then she was like, you have to. And I was like, fine. But I didn't even think about Peter Pan at all. Like being Peter Pan, I was like, I'm going for Wendy or the dog. And
the dog is the most popular. When we had the kids last night come out to see the show, they were all petting around her. And
I love the dog.
I wanted to be the dog or the crocodile. And so I wrote that on my sheet, like either Wendy or the crocodile, And then I got a call back for Peter Pan and Wendy, and I was like, oh, okay.
Well, you're very physical, and just sitting here in our radio seat, you're moving, and your faces, you've got a lot of expression, and you're very physical. And Peter is a very physical role, you have to be watchable. So I could see how that might have.
Well, now that I'm doing it, I love the role, and I love
It fits her very well.
Yeah. Now, I didn't even think about it.
Now, George, since she is your arch enemy, she is your nemesis as Hook. Do you like her off stage as a person?
Yeah, I'm not one of those method actors. I have actually been in shows where I've been the adversary of someone where they on and off stage hated me for some reason. I'm not like that.
You're not like that.
I am.
I'm like that. No,
I'm a little
it's
more.
all. Yeah, she hates me. But no, it's all one love. And this is the thing about, especially here, is like I said, making the friends, and we all have something in common. So friendships are very easy. At least one thing, and that's that we're all performing and we're all in this thing together.
Absolutely.
And that makes a huge deal. So, yeah, you're a bit of all right, huh?
We've had so many rehearsals together for fight calls.
Oh my gosh.
And, all this
yes.
stuff.
And
so
their chemistry on stage is absolutely ridiculous. It's so good.
So we definitely bonded
We bonded while fighting.
while fighting.
Yeah, there's, and I'll say, hats off to assistant director Tom Allen, because he's also a stage combat. He teaches. He's been doing it for 20 years. So first and foremost, going through the very thorough moves.
George, I saw your notes. You know, we are often in this room together, and you brought in this binder, and you showed me, and I thought,
No way.
I
brought the show to the
can't
binder.
believe what you have to memorize. And you know, George and I have joked before that choreography in and of itself is actually it's difficult in the blocking and the memorization. And if
so
there's
many grapevines in this. I'm kidding.
And now, now the idea that you've got to do combat too.
That was
very
probably
taxing.
And it's like Zumba with swords, and it's not a light sword. It's a little over 3 feet long and probably 5 or 6 pounds. So getting used to it took me quite a while so it didn't feel
I've
so
noticed your upper
unwieldy.
body's a little more on one side.
On that one side.
I know, and it's like, what are you
I had
doing?
to get a lighter
It's a sword, I
sword.
swear. But yeah, and Taylor had to get a lighter sword.
Yeah, she's a
Because
weakling.
I'm so weak and my right side is just so strong now. It's so weird.
Right?
But yeah, that was-
Mel's hand.
Exercise. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Doing to the point where you feel like it almost looks real enough, and like, what do you do with your hands? It's almost like when you're not familiar with acting, you don't know what to do with your body isolations, as it were, and what to do with your hands. And even still, okay, I'm only finally getting to the point where, okay, I'm not sitting here like one half of my body is dead while I'm using the sword. So it's finally kind
You're
of
coming,
together.
taking up your space.
So, and we have our, like I said, our Jedi Master Sensei Tom.
Yeah.
Very, watch your body isolations.
Now,
so
it's a cast of how many?
about 20-ish.
20-ish,
That's a
yeah.
good
Yeah.
size, and with the Lost Boys. And so
6 Lost Boys.
how many
3 kids.
grown-ups?
Actually, a decent amount, because a lot of the pirates, I have some younger pirates, and perhaps we have kidnapped as Lost Boys and turned our 1 or 2 pirates into.
Took them to the dark side, as it were?
I would say half and half, probably
Yeah.
adults-wise,
Yeah.
because you've got.
I'm surprised how many adults came out for the show.
Most of
And
the
how
pirates.
is that for you, for energy-wise? Because when you have a cast of all adults, as of people of a certain age and maturity, there's a level of, we're all very immature in the fine arts. That's just the thing. But there is a level of, okay, you do this, and then you kind of dial it down. But with kids, there's a different kind of atmosphere where it's just charged with electricity. How's that been for you, coming from things like the other shows you've done where there maybe weren't any kids?
You're practically loitering on stage. You're right. In this case, though, it's true, and I feed off of that energy. And it's like almost every scene I have, whether it's Mr. Darling or as Hook, I'm coming off going. Sucking it. There's just so much, and it's like high energy everything, and so it's been a wonderful challenge in keeping that energy.
But you do keep that, because I have to tell you, in the years that I've been here and I've shared the desk with you or the mic, or we've done things, there have been days when I can hear it in your voice. You're a little tired. It was a tough night the night before, but there's something that continues on with you since you've been in Peter Pan, that energy's still there. You're still there, and I think it's been a good thing.
It's a role. Both roles are so much fun. I mean, that's the thing, is like trying on a coat that just totally fits and you have to buy it. I mean, there's nothing that I had to really think about. It's just being able to expand on what was already there, and I love those types of roles where it happens like that.
Now, in talking about Peter Pan, which is coming to the CTG, how many performances do you get all this work? And I love love that if you're listening and you think to yourself, oh, you go and you're watching this happening on stage, from soup to nuts, backstage, the lighting, the sound, the choreography, everything that goes into a show like this. There's so many layers. How many shows total are you guys doing again?
10.
Is it? I'm going to double check. I'm getting on the logging on to the interwebs now.
You've put in so much work and so much energy and so much thought how very nice for the community that they're going to have multiple opportunities to come and see the show.
I wish there was more, because I just love to do it. So, yeah.
Now, growing up, the two of you have probably grown up with other versions of Peter Pan.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Tell me a little bit about what this one is to you, how it's maybe a little different, what other layers you might find that you didn't think about maybe before with Pan. Taylor, do you?
Well, I wasn't really familiar. Like, I'm familiar with the Disney movie,
right?
But the
not
Broadway
the books,
show,
not the J.M. Barrie books, or
no.
Okay.
No.
But so you have a knowledge of a Peter Pan.
Yes.
How is this different for you? And is there anything you discovered that's a little richer or deeper or funnier or?
Rich, damp cake.
Well, this version is definitely different because it is the British version. So it's very different from the Broadway version. So if you think it's the Broadway version, it's not.
Yeah, it's one that was written by Piers Shater Robinson, if I'm saying that correctly.
Yes.
And it was done in the mid-'80s. So different songs, but I think, I like you mentioned Rich Damp Cake. I mean, Hook comes out, and the first thing he does is sing about poisoning a cake that's going to poison the Lost Boys. I mean, that's where we're going here.
I like him.
And so there's different songs, but I really, really enjoy every single one. There's not like, it's boring or anything like that.
Right.
Everything's
They're
fun.
so catchy.
Every song is different.
Right.
So every song you listen to has a new thing you're discovering. And I think that was a big thing I noticed when I choreographed, is that there wasn't really something that I could hold on to and say, okay, this is going to reappear in every single dance. It's more just every single song, every single dance is new and bright, and the audience is on a trip every single time a new song begins.
And I'm here to tell you that the Braves to War, the number that the Indians, or should I call them native Neverlandians, perform is absolutely amazing, and that they've got a extended dance break that just goes insane.
Thank you. Yes.
Dancing.
Very true.
Yes.
Natives.
You do a lot with that stage. It's an intimate theater. It's actually bigger than you think it is, but you have to work with every inch. And how has that been for you as a choreographer, Erin?
When I choreograph, try my hardest to find the levels in each dance and find however much room I can use on the stage to my ability. And so I'm very thankful for this stage because it's so much bigger than other stages. I worked on the rep stage, and that was so much harder than the CTG
like a postage
stage because
stamp.
Exactly, compared to which it's a great theater, but the space is so limited.
It's the perfect size, really, because in some theaters it's so big. Oh my gosh, how are we going to fill this?
Yes.
And then
now it's that perfect. You'll almost
size.
always be sold out. Everything, and I did Jesus Christ Superstar with quite a big ensemble in that small place. So that was crazy. But for this show, it's been so great. And the whole cast, Jackie and I keep talking about it.
Jackie Miller-Gwynn, Madame Director par excellence,
yes.
by the way. We have to throw
probably once a week we talk about how perfectly we cast this show.
Matter of fact, I got to do this. I got to do this.
Yes, we have to bow down to Jackie.
And then give her $50.
Yes.
Yes. Jackie likes to find people. That's how she.
Yeah.
It's great.
This is how I get to England every year.
You get a fine if you do something wrong. You get a fine if you talk back.
I've collected.
She'll find the reason.
I've collected $70 in
She wants to
fines
go back.
I just got a $1,000 fine last night.
Oh, did you?
Oh, good thing it's not union. It'd be double.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. But it's, I mean, her directing style, and again, you get to the point where you've worked in town so long that you're kind of careful, or at least I am sometimes with people I have never worked with before. And I thought, though, just in knowing her.
You mean you were careful in not letting like the loose personality go?
You know how
watch your
when
P's
you're
and Q's?
directing a show, you're going to direct a show and you've seen someone on stage, but you might go to somebody else in that director and go, how was that person to work with on stage? Were they all right? Or was there baggage? Or was there any problem? I'm the same way, like with directors. How was them like? Because some directors are different.
Yeah,
some directors are high strung. Some are not organized. There are different directors to this. And so Jackie, who caught me at a show, the Hallelujah Girls, which had played in October at the Canadian Theatre Guild, and I just happened to be there. She goes, someone told me you were going to audition for Peter Pan, which I hadn't told anybody that, so I don't know. I don't know if it was a trying to reel me in, or if it was just maybe somebody did tell her something. I don't know. But
or maybe it was a suggestion.
And then I started thinking about it, but I had met Jackie before. I'd seen her on stage. I had also know her work that she has directed before, so there was just a lot of trust there. And of course, I found out Aaron was the choreographer, and so it was kind of like I gotta give this a shot. So it was just a lot of fun. And
now, is Captain Hook for you, George? Do you relate it to any of the other roles you've done, or is this just a breakout first time you get to be this kind of wacky, evil, poisoning the Lost Boys again?
That's right.
It's fabulous.
First scene.
He's big on poison.
I love that.
He's big on poison. But
it's very not messy.
It's kind of like this. I mean, I've played some other villainous roles before, and like with talking with Sonia in the last half hour, it's like it's more fun to play the villain than it is to play the hero.
It's love to chew the scenery.
Mostly in this case, there's not anything tangible, but I think of like the cartoon villains that are always trying. They're so focused. They're so self-aware, evil and loving it. Hook probably has a sign in his cabin that says that. He just knows what he wants out of life. He knows that he's
got a collage with all his heroes.
But there's a reason he has a thing against Pan. I mean, it's the reason why he has the hook.
Right. That's justifiable anger, man.
And it's more like the essence of those cartoon villains, like Snidely Whiplash.
Yeah.
Now, again, not taking anything tangible, but just the idea that he's always going to try.
Otis,
or Jack Lemmon's Professor Fate in The Great Race. Again, except for some makeup ideas. Other than that, I just that idea of making sure the audience loves to hate you.
Right.
You don't want to be too mean, but you don't want to be too nice either.
Right.
Foppish. I've seen some Captain Hooks. They walk on. They're like, "Hello,"
They're like
and
the Johnny
not there's anything wrong with that, but they're not. You have to command these guys because also every time he hears that crocodile, he flips out, and these guys would kill him. These other pirates would kill him if he didn't have command of them. So that's the deal.
Taylor, your Pan. Do you draw from anything? Where do you pull your Pan-isms from? Or do you think of other characters you've seen? It says radio. Got to keep talking.
Yeah, I know, right? I can't think. Well, I think I'm just a lot like him because.
Okay, all right. So
it kind of like came naturally in a way.
Taylor's like a mad dancer, so a lot of the movements are very, very, just. I mean, it's almost looked like she's going to take off and start flying around the theater.
And Aaron put in some,
Aaron, yeah, I know. Aaron throws those French words out. I'm like, God, I'm glad she's not doing it to me.
But yeah, I think it totally just came naturally. Once I got cast as Peter Pan, I was like, oh, I see this now. And then
when you put on the costume, was that like that was sealed the deal for you?
Yeah, I put on the wig.
I've heard that from Peters in the past.
I put on the wig and I was like, okay,
I'm feeling it. I'm looking it.
I can rock this. I can do it. And then people have come up to me and said, like, you can cut your hair like that and you look fine. And I'm like, wow, that's scary.
Yeah.
But
there are some casting people who will, they make their Peters cut their hair so that they embody that. So, and I have to point out, because it is radio, you have hair that goes on for about 1.5 feet.
For days.
There's a lot of hair there.
There is.
And Peter's not known for long hair.
No, which is weird because he's never cut it before. I don't know.
Maybe he does.
Maybe he does.
Maybe he does. Who knows?
Yeah, he's got a really nice coif for someone who hasn't combed their hair. Let's say they've never used a comb.
He knows what soap is. Okay.
Actually, Peter doesn't really know what soap is because
he tries to stick his shadow on with that.
See,
he knows what it is. He doesn't know what it does. It's sort of like he's an Alzheimer's patient.
While this is a different version of the musical, it's still all the traditional story. There is nothing really different as far as not taking off in some other direction. So if you're familiar with the Peter Pan story, or even if you're not, you come see Peter Pan, the British musical, and you see another Peter Pan, I mean, it's not going to be like a wackily different story. It's awesome.
It's the same story.
Just the songs.
The book is very, very similar.
But bless Erin's heart, takes my hair, and
I tamed the beast in the show.
She does. She really does.
It can't be easy.
I do the wig. I do the whole thing.
She helps me, and since I do like some cartwheels like in the show.
I have to make sure.
And so
it's on.
Yeah, it has
Pin
to be
City.
on.
Yeah, seriously.
Glissade.
Yes, glissade.
And when we have to go out for
like
notes, like they get mad
French
at me, but
dessert.
I'm like taking all the pins out, and I'm like, I'm trying.
All right, so tell me again, how do we get tickets? Tell me the dates. Tell me all the info.
I have the dates here, as a matter of fact. I'm going to pull it back up on the old interwebs. We have Fridays at 8 p.m. on February 19th and the 26th.
Coming up.
Saturdays at 2 p.m. next weekend, so the 6th, the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th.
So next weekend you're
really
opening.
the next 4 Saturdays. No, we're opening this weekend.
We're opening
this weekend, Sunday.
We have a play sale tomorrow that's like a closed sale for a nonprofit organization, but we're officially opening this Sunday.
Sweet.
So Sundays at 2 p.m. This coming Sunday and then next week, and then Sunday at 6 p.m. on February 14th. So it's a lovely Valentine's date, guys.
Yeah,
have we been talking?
I have friends that do family Valentines, so I think that would be the perfect family Valentine's
So
day
guys,
right
instead
there.
of at 6 p.m. Fighting over what's left of the Valentine's cards, trying to get those grocery store flowers at 6 p.m.
Crazy talk.
Set it up. We got plenty of places to eat down here in Old Town New Hall, and then you just
We're
come
also
and eat
on
a pan.
Super Bowl Sunday, so if you don't watch the Super Bowl, come on down.
That would be me. That would be me.
All right, you're listening to the Friday Matinee here on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. We will be back after these messages.
Welcome back to the Friday Matinee on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. I'm George.
I am T, and we are here with some of the members of Peter Pan the Musical, taking place
The British musical.
Not
to be confused with the
opening
Pakistani
this
musical.
weekend.
That's a totally different thing.
Oh my God.
Maybe next
the
year.
Bollywood version.
I'll get you a Peter Pan.
At Canyon Theater Guild opening this weekend.
This weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday.
And 10 performances. You have an opportunity to come to the beautiful Canyon Theater Guild. If you've not had an opportunity, maybe you haven't ever even been to the theater. I can't imagine why, but this is a lovely, lovely introduction. Our valley is filled with talented people. We have some of the best shows, and you will definitely be entertained if you come and see Peter Pan. And our own George Cummings, morning show host and Friday Matinee co-host, as Captain Hook. And is it okay I was going to say the dual roles? So
no
Hook
surprise,
and Mr. Darling.
It's no surprise if you can tell by my Facebook page. Hey, look at me, I'm Captain Hook. But so it's all good. And there's a dual role, and it's a lot of fun.
Now, I haven't asked you. I mean, I've asked you all kinds of questions about your Hook role, but I haven't really asked you about being father.
Being father.
How's that?
There's a total difference there in that Hook is very, very self-aware. Evil and loving. He's a bully. He's everything. He's the father really isn't self-aware. He does not realize. Is there any
Hookisms in the father?
Not till later. But,
okay.
I don't want to give anything away. But,
all right. Okay.
And the thing is, the father is the biggest kid there. He's the big baby. They sing this whole song about how he can't tie his tie, for goodness sakes. But and he picks on the kids, and he picks on the dog, and he's like the biggest boy, the baby there. And that's the thing, is he doesn't even realize it. He's the master of the house. You have a husband to protect you. I mean, what do you mean?
But he's not the master of the house.
Not at all. He needs Mary.
I just didn't know if you had like a line that you carried through, like a physicality, or I mean, you don't have to tell us what it is.
I really no.
But do you have something as an actor that you're carrying through?
No, absolutely no. As a matter of fact, it's my goal that if someone does not look closely enough at their program or don't bring a program,
they don't realize
that it takes them at least a little while to realize that you're
the same guy.
Person.
Okay,
that's
I love
really
that.
My goal.
That's good because every actor would bring something different to it. I wondered what yours was.
So Canyon
and then
Theater
the other
Guild
show,
Bullshot Crumman, opening tonight. There are some seats left to tomorrow, especially, and if you make reservations for tomorrow, it's a $5 off deal. So just mention the word director, I think, and you get $5 off tomorrow. Because tonight
code.
is almost, that's for Bullshot Crumman, though. So they are offering a deal to get people in tomorrow, especially. So
and we were talking with the girls about how you just live here now, George, on Main Street, between the theater, the station, and your photography. It's the trifecta now.
That's me.
You are Mr. Main Street.
Mr. Main Street.
Mr. Main Street.
Mr. Main Street USA. So this is very exciting. Taylor Bass And how many people call you Bass? Does that happen regularly?
Yes.
We're all about that bass.
Yes.
Yes.
No Trout.
Or Maya Zumsteg, who plays not only Mrs. Darling, and she's been on the show before.
That's a fabulous name.
But she also plays one of the pirates and one of the Indians. She's a totally
Say it
great
again.
sport.
What's her name?
Maya Zumsteg, but it's
almost made up.
But everybody calls her Mia because it's spelled as in. So
Okay, all right.
And her lovely daughter Madison is my
gosh.
Tinkerbell.
How can we not forget?
She is the cutest child.
If for nothing else, come
How
for
old is our
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell?
She's
8 years
8.
old. Don't come for me. Don't come for Peter.
No,
For goodness. Don't come for the
come for
dancing.
Madison.
Yeah, no.
Come for
Madison.
Tinkerbell.
And clap if you believe in fairies,
That's
please.
Oh, I can't stand it.
So yes, and Erin Chalakian, which I'm sure nobody has
Of
problems
course not.
with at all.
Of course not.
The daughter of Rosie O'Grady, a regular
Yeah.
old-fashioned boy. So anyway, but this has been
And the website, George.
canyontheater.org, theatre.org. And of course, you can make reservations for both Bullshot Crummond and Peter Pan, the British musical at the Canyon Theater Guild. 661-799-2702. That's 661-799-2702. Operators
Love that you
are
know
standing
that
by.
by heart. Love that.
It's I mean, they've
It's
had it
your
for
other
15
home.
years.
I know.
Hashtag Pan Pan.
Hashtag Pan Pan.
What?
Okay.
Yes.
Dig
Okay.
it.
It's a
All
new
right.
hashtag.
New hashtag. Follow
It's
us. Hashtag Pan Pan. I'm
Making
digging
Pan happen.
All right. Pleasure. This has been the Friday Matinee on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. Stick around for My Conscious Dad coming up next.